Welcome back. Stop wobbling. Welcome back to the first gardening video of the year. I am ridiculously excited, probably a little bit strangely excited by it. We are on 8.2 degrees and 99% humidity. Already got dirty hands. I've got so much to get done today. I can't wait to share it with you all. We've got things to get started. We've got seeds that we're going to get in. We've got things to get finished because I've got some things to harvest. Over this next week or so, the temperatures here in the northeast of England are going to plummet, apparently. Plummet by our standards is get down to about -5 to -10. We have rarely had temperatures below -10 degrees centigrade, that is. So we're going to get things harvested as well as sown. There's going to be wildlife to see, there's jobs to do, there's absolutely all sorts. And can you tell I'm ridiculously excited to get going? So first up, I've had a little tidy up in the shed because there was leaves outside, there was some leaves inside. It was all a little bit slippy, so we've got that done. Stephen is working behind me. He's not there just at this minute, but he is putting the fence up that we've showed you in a previous video, which was more of a small holding video rather than a gardening video. But we're getting back to weekly gardening videos. People say there's not much to do at this time of the year in a garden. That is not true for our garden whatsoever. There is tons to do, absolutely tons. I've got a list as long as my arm, so let's get started. I'm going to start by harvesting some food. Let's go and have a look what we've got there. I know that I've got some sprouts. I'm pointing over there because that's where the leeks are. We've got some carrots left over, possibly some parsnips, so we're going to have a look together because I want to get them out for the week, at least the week ahead, but also before this huge frost comes, because I'm not too sure how things will survive. They should be okay, but I don't want anything to go to waste. So let's get started with that. Then we'll start getting on with this year's food, which will be sowing seeds. I'm going to put my clothes back on because I've been quite warm doing the tidying up jobs and running around picking up bits and pieces that have blown around the plot. All of that's done now, and I'm going to cool off, I'm sure, as I'm harvesting. We're going to start off with the leeks, but I wanted to show you this amazing, gorgeous little book that I got for Christmas. How wonderful is that? The Gardener's Almanac 2024. Really quickly, I just want to share with you what the January first page is. Every gardener's new year starts with a euphoric gush of hope, and that's me today. How exciting. Right, let's get harvesting. Well, those leeks will be more than enough for the week. I'm getting some of these beetroot now because they've been just sat in the ground. I don't know if you remember, but in the previous bed, or the other bed rather, not the previous bed, you may have seen that we had a problem with mice eating our beetroot. This bed, for whatever reason, seems to have gotten away. So maybe the mice found something more tasty. I'm going to harvest all of this row. These are solid, absolutely solid, and anything, so these tiny ones, everything will get eaten, same as the leeks. Even though the leeks are quite small, I'm going to get those started earlier, the leeks, this year, and hopefully they'll be bigger. But these beetroot, the little ones, will just get roasted whole. I'm also going to do some preserving with them, so I'm going to take up this full first row, and I'm going to actually leave the rest in because these have been through some minus figures so far, minus temperatures, and they are rock solid. I am thrilled with those. Okay, that might be pushing it a little bit too far. They can go for compost, worm food. I'm chuffed with them, really chuffed. Some little critters on them, but they can get washed off. Exactly how it should be. If something is eating your food, then you know it's good food. There's nothing eating your food. Yeah. So in between doing this, I'm just toing and froing to help Stephen. He's doing a two-man job really, all on his own. Right. Speak of the devil. See these? Good. February food for you, dear. Right. I'm coming. washed. dirt on them, as you can see. Quite a lot of dirt there. Right, carrots. Get some carrots next. Now I'm not complaining, but these carrots just keep on coming. Variety of sizes, but goodness me, they've been fantastic. However, so the first lot that I got, I've been harvesting all across this bed for months now, to be quite honest. The first ones that I got were fantastic. No carrot fly, root fly damage whatsoever. But these last lot, I'm trying to look, there actually isn't any on that one, typical, which is good. But the last lot that I got had quite a bit of damage on them. So I lost quite a bit of carrot. But that's looking really good. So maybe it was just the ones that I took then. Oh no, this one's... Let's get them washed up, we'll be able to see when we're in the kitchen. So basically, soups, stews, everything like that. These will be going in this week. Look at that monster. Oh my goodness, I so love harvesting these. Well, all food, to be honest. So again, I'm just going to take up quite a few. These seem to have done really well in the frost. Because as I say, we have had minus figures. So it's not like this is going to be the first time this year or last year that we've had them. That one's already lost its greens. So they seem to have survived really well in the ground, which I'm pleased about. So in fact, I'm going to leave these in, I think. You can keep on going forever. It's just, I don't know about you, but I love harvesting everything. I've already said that once, but just for emphasis, I'm saying it again. So these ones that have been, these ones that have been grown really close together have gone quite stump-rooted. This one was the one that was taken over. Oops, right. There we go. I'm gonna get these in the bucket. Right, sprouts. Actually, before we go and get the sprouts, I'm going to have a look at the parsnips. We haven't had a single parsnip this year because not that many germinated. So I wanted to wait until after the Christmas rush and everything, when we've gone through all of the veg that we've got in the house, which actually I haven't gone through everything yet, but more on that in the next video. Bless Steven, you know, he's so busy today. He was supposed to be at work and he's got the day off for one reason or another. I think he's wishing that he was at work. Might be easier. Anyway, these are the parsnips here. What's left of them, so let's dig a couple up or try and dig some up and see what's actually under the ground. Oh, maybe there is. Oh my goodness, there is. Oh heck, I hope I haven't put the fork through it. I didn't think there was anything there. Look at that. Oh, there is. Fantastic. Okay, so some of them maybe not. Oh my goodness. And then finally, in the main veg plot itself, oh goodness me, that is a flipping raspberry cane. We've got these sprouts. Now they may not look like sprouts that you want to get from the supermarket because they've got things on them, a bit of mud, they've been eaten a little bit, but my goodness me, that is a sprout that I am very proud of. Some of these have blown a bit, so the chickens will enjoy those like that. But once you get the outer layer peeled of those, they will be absolutely delicious. And I, for one, love sprouts. What you can do when you're harvesting sprouts is just chop them off at the bottom and just take the whole stalk in, or tree, I think it's called. I'm just going to take these bottom ones, and these will go perfectly in a meal this week. Some other ones in the background, I don't know if you can see them on the shop, just wobbling in the background there. Ignore Steven. That is an absolute beauty, isn't it? Oh my goodness, I could sit and look at those all day long. This is what it's all about. I've got a load of pruning to get done of the currant bushes that we've got, and the apple trees where Stephen's working. I think that's going to be enough. Absolutely beautiful. Look, not supposed to be in here, but the work Stephen's doing, unfortunately, if I turn around, I won't go too quick and make everybody sick. But this here used to have a fence across it a couple of hours ago. He's chatting away to me there, he'll think I'm ignoring him. And he's taken the fence down because we're moving it so that it's across this bit here. So the gate that's in, we're extending the plot all the way down to that perimeter fence. You're probably seeing that on a different video if you watch our other videos. But that's what he's working on today, and that's fantastic because, as I say, he was supposed to be at work today, so that wasn't going to be getting done. He's actually putting the posts in now with some concrete, or whatever it's called, postcrete, just to make sure that they don't rot in the ground, because we struggle here terribly with the posts rotting. The ground is so clay-like and it's holding the water a lot, especially with the amount of water that we're getting. So he's putting them in properly, making sure that they're going to stay for as long as we want them to. I think he might want my help, that's what he was shouting. But next up, the last thing that we're going to harvest, at least, are these here, the Jerusalem artichokes. Let's have a look how they turn out. Now, I have no idea what to expect from these this year because I kept these trimmed right down as best I could. Some of them obviously I didn't. But every year these take over and are complete bugs, and we wish that we hadn't planted them, to be quite honest, in here. They're a great food for January and February, but my goodness me, they don't have to take over. How many worms? Do you know, I'm never going to win this battle with these. But the only problem is I've got to be so careful about what I plant next to them. Because that can obviously, once they start shooting up, they take over and bury other things. Right, that's the harvest done, which is the most important thing, because obviously that's what we're eating this week. Next up, I'm going to get some seeds in. I've been for a cuppa because it's the temperature's dropping quite a bit. It's only 7 degrees, so it's only dropped like, what is it, 1.2 or something, but I'm really starting to feel it. I've been helping Stephen since you last saw me. He is struggling, bless him, with the amount of stones that we've got in the ground, getting those posts in for the new fence. I'm just going to get cleared across here and then I'll show you what we're up to. Actually, first of all, before I forget, I've found some baling twine, as you do, got some all over the place. I want to put it in here so that I can hang this up because it keeps getting in my way and I keep losing it. That can at least just hang. Make that knot nice and tight. I want to get this hung up somewhere. Let's put it up there for now. It takes 2 seconds to do these jobs, but it's just something that I haven't been getting around to right now. Tidy up this table and then I'll show you what we're getting in. Well, the temperature's definitely dropping. I've been sat going through my seeds, getting the little trays out and getting the compost ready. So today I'm going to be sowing, first up, the peppers and the chilies. So when I say peppers, I mean sweet peppers. And let me just tell you the varieties that I've got. If you're like me, I like to know the varieties that people are trying and how they work out. So the first one that we've got is called Kalbi from Real Seeds, Kalbi. This apparently is an incredibly sweet pepper from Bulgaria. 80 centimetre plants, bearing lots of fruit, fat round peppers, and it ripens to red. I absolutely love red peppers. I'll eat any colour pepper, but I do really love my peppers, so that's one of the reasons that I'm growing them. They're obviously full of vitamin C. Right, let's go through these quite quickly. The next one is an Anaheim, which I've done the tags as well. So all of these are going in at the same time. The next one is the Serrano, and these are all from online from South Devon Chili Farm. This is another one from South Devon Chili Farm and Santa Fe Grande. You're gonna have to forgive me if I get any of these names wrong. This one I've been trying to get for a while and finally managed to get the seeds this time. This is Poblano. I'll show you how you use all of these. Now, when I didn't think I was going to be able to get some of those seeds, I also ordered a bog standard Californian Wonder. Supposed to just be a really good cropping. Again, I think that one I think it ripens, yeah it does, it ripens to red, and it's good for basically your salad stuffing, anything like that. Then the other thing I absolutely love is jalapeno on pizzas, on salad, on everything but your Sunday dinner. And finally, inspired by Vivi, if anybody watches what Vivi did next, Orange Horizon early sweet pepper from Real Seeds. Vivi got the pre version of this, I can't remember what it was called, but it's basically a bog standard orange. Can't wait to see if that works. Again, absolutely love peppers, and what I'm going to do differently this year, I'm going to freeze any peppers pretty much as soon as we get them. So if I'm using them that day, fantastic. If there's any that are ready that we're not able to use immediately, they're going to get frozen so that I can use them in the winter. So for last night example, I made a spaghetti bolognese, and I threw a load of peppers in there. It was absolutely delicious. Well, I thought it was, but then I would, because I'm chef. Right, I'm going to get these sown, and then I'll talk briefly about the other things that I want to get sown, which are onions. We'll talk about that next. Well, that's all of the peppers or chilies, whatever you want to call them, the mix done. So we've got 3 lots in each, except for this first one, which I started the Orange Horizon and spaced them out probably a little bit too fast. Then I've just been a little bit closer for each of them. All I'm going to do is when these come through, I'll prick them out and put them into some small pots. But until they come through, they're fine. It's just all been sewn together. So now on to the next thing. So I've got a few different varieties of different things. So I've got leeks, 2 lots of leeks here that are okay to go in January, and then I've got a whole host of onions. So I'll go through the varieties in just a moment. Yeah, not at the minute, but I will before we go in.
Right, so while Tracy's getting on with her jobs, I don't expect a day off today, so I thought I'd get on with this trellis job. So I've took most of them down. I've got one more panel to take out, which is going to be a bit of a pain because it's behind the fence that I've put up previously, and we just turned it 90 degrees. So I've measured it all out and we're about 1 metre or so short, so we decided to put a gate in. So this is going to be where the gate is. There's an apple tree there which is a little bit in the way, but we'll trim that back and it'll be spot on. The only other option was to put another panel in, and the gate would be down here, which would be right in front of that tree, so that's another option. So hopefully I'll have it done by today, so check back in an hour or so, see where we're getting on.
And the beady eye of you will notice that Rodney is back outside with us. So Rodney had an operation actually in December. So he had a few problems with his teeth, shall we say, and he had to go in for a dental operation, which meant that he was completely, had to have some injections, some vaccines that weren't up to date, which we weren't actually aware of, but we are now, so we're making sure all of our dogs are up to date on that. Anyway, he had his teeth out. He's got quite a few holes now, so he's just mostly gums at the top, but he's still got his canines and his back teeth so that he can still eat normally. But that's why he was inside and he wasn't allowed out for a while. So if you saw that photo that I shared on the community page on YouTube, that explains that, and that's why he wasn't allowed out for quite a couple of weeks. Anyway, he's back out with us now, and that's all that matters. He's fit and healthy, so thank you for those that asked, and he's doing really well.
Oh, right, what we're doing. It's not dog food. Are you helping? Go and get the hose pipe then.
Well, it's a much colder Sunday. It's warmer in the greenhouse, of course, which is where I am now. Finished off yesterday by getting the onion seeds all in, so I'll let you know what varieties we've got there. They are in here, so let's have a little update as to how things are going in this propagator that Stephen made. So we've got the Ailsa Craig, Sturon, so going from right to left, Stuttgart, Red Brunswick, Red Baron, Exhibition and Walla Walla. And then I've got 2 leeks in, the Cairngorm and the Elephant. So all of those were popped in yesterday, which is the 13th. They should be okay in here. We are going to get these really cold temperatures, as I mentioned, so I will just see how they go on in a few days. And this seed isn't fresh this year, so hopefully it'll be fine. I've also got the tomatoes. Do you remember that we tried to overwinter some tomatoes? We've got 2 here that have survived so far, looking really well. And this is one garlic clove in here that was the red duke, that was just a separate one. Now this garlic tray here, interestingly, only one has come up, which is the question mark typically. Now if we go over here, we've got plenty of other garlic that have come up. Oh, hang on, move that. They're looking really well, so they can go and plug the gaps that we've got outside. Those sweet peas that we sowed together, all different types of sweet pea there, they've come up really well as well. They can come out of this propagator actually, but I'm going to wait until this frost has passed. Now, sweet peas, I think, do I pinch the tops off? Because I've seen people do it before. I've never been successful with sweet peas before. So do I just take them off at that height, or do I take it off lower down? Is it like literally just down to the first set of leaves, or do I take it right down? So if somebody who's grown sweet peas can let me know, that would be fantastic. Obviously I can Google it, but I trust the advice of you guys. And look at these are those kale cuttings that we took. They're absolutely thriving, looking really lush and healthy, which is just as well, because my outdoor kale is pretty much done with. And also this tarragon's coming on. Oh my goodness, I just love it. Love the smell of tarragon. This is the, I don't know how you say that variety there. So obviously what I didn't know is that you would cut this bit back, so it obviously grows on new growth, not on old wood. So I'll cut this bit out, and I'm just going to leave that in there. And happy days. So everything's looking really well in there, so I'm just going to get it closed back up again, because the temperature's dropping. This was 15 when I opened it up, so yeah, it's dropping quite a bit. And then today's task is getting on with this dirty, filthy greenhouse. The sun's in and out, as you can see, and Stephen and I have already been really busy with other things that we've had to get done today. Stephen is continuing working outside. He has taken those apple trees out that we had up against the trellis. That trellis has obviously been moved now 90 degrees. So he has removed those apple trees. Some of them were dead because they'd got overcrowded, and some of them had that, is it canker disease? Anyway, so he's working out there and getting those done. So we'll go and check in with him before it gets too dark, because it is getting on. But I want to get this greenhouse at least started, because I thought it was outside off the trees that was so dirty, but it's not, it's inside. And I can't remember when I last washed the inside. I'm not sure if I have. So I've got literally a soft brush that Steve's just repaired for me. Proper bobber job. And some fairy liquid and water, and then I'm just going to start on this side. So I've just moved all of the pots away, and I'm just going to just literally wash it as if I was washing the pots. That's the only way I know how. Somebody suggested using the pressure washer, which obviously inside I won't at the moment because I've got lots of other things in here, but outside that sounds fantastic, and I think that Stephen will probably have a go at doing that. So must crack on, we're losing light. Can you tell the difference? Goodness me, that is a workout. So I thought the roof was the same as the windows on the side. It's not. Can you see the difference between the roof and the glass on the side? The glass on the side has come up absolutely lovely. The roof is filthy on the outside, so I was right in that respect, but it's just on the outside, on the roof. So inside was all on the bottom bit. But in this back greenhouse, can you see how filthy that is still? Look at that. Can't even see the bin properly. Anyway, I'm going to get that back section done another day. I'm really pleased at how this one's turned out, but it has taken a lot longer than I anticipated. I need to go quickly check, see how Stephen's getting on, because we've got a few more things that we need to do while we've still got a bit of light.
Well, as you can see, I finished off the trellising, so I'll make the gate tomorrow when I get some wood. So today I've been digging out all the apple trees, all the jostaberry bush and the chokeberry bush. So I think we've saved 6 apple trees, hopefully. One of them was beyond saving, one of them was dead, 2 of them were dead. Dug out the ones that hopefully we'll save, and I don't know if you can see in the background, we've tied one up against each piece of trellis, and then these bigger ones at this end we're just going to trim back to make it all tidy so they're not encroaching in here and all the other ones. So now, before we lose the light, I just want to get that jostaberry bush in here and the little chokeberry bush in just about where Tracy stood, and then I think that's it. We'll call that it for a weekend.
Well, that's it for another video. We're just going to go and stretch our legs and the dog's legs, and we'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.
What's that? Here. What's that? Here.
Your turn.
That's £12 I've lost there. You can get oh, boys.
Annie won. Here, Annie.
Just been walking on it.
Come here. Oh. Perfect girl.
Where is it? Come on. You can't move.